tuned to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and I'm joined by author Donna Heckler. We've been talking about your journey through cancer treatments, and the end result being this book that we can all benefit and learn from. So tell us about, you're in the middle of chemotherapy and whatever was going on in your life dealing with cancer, and you decided to write this book. So how did that happen?
Well, it was sort of interesting. One Saturday morning I got up and I have no hair and my face is puffy from the steroids and my face is brown with spots from the chemo, and I took a picture. And I had said every day that I would get up and start with a smile. So I got up and I took a picture, and I thought, you know, I should put makeup on and let people see what that looks like. So I took another picture. It took me about an hour to get all the makeup on to cover everything. And I take another picture, and then I put my wig on, and I took my third picture, and I looked at that, and I thought, not only do I do this every day, there's a lot of women doing this every day. We just don't talk about it with each other, and we need to.
And the interesting thing is, as you're talking about this, we've got the pictures of your transformation that you posted on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wakes up that way, you know, and really, you know, nobody wakes up, the women, as, you know, our makeup and our hair done,
right.
Nobody wakes up looking that way, but you were right. feeling it probably in a more personal way, because you were just, you know, barely had the energy probably to get going in the morning and to do all that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would joke that I know why God took my hair. It was to give me more time for my makeup, because it really took so much effort to get that makeup on in
right.
the morning.
And I would imagine that people were seeing Donna, the made-up pretty woman with the wig, at work.
Yes. Yes.
They knew you had cancer, but didn't really believe you had
cancer.
They
didn't know I had cancer when I first started working. I did not tell them, so they did not know. And when I went in every day, there's no way really that they would know with the wig on.
So you posted this on Facebook, and then what was the reaction that you got?
When I finally posted this and finally shared this with people, the reaction was, oh my gosh, we had no idea. And
because of the lack of hair, right?
Right, right, the lack of hair. And your face gets really puffy, really puffy. And so that causes you to not be able to see the eyes as well. They sort of look sunken back in your head. And so those two things are what everybody commented on. We had no idea that you were looking like this. And if you're looking like this, then we're starting to understand how sick you must feel. And that was the piece of it. And I think part of why I didn't want them to see me looking like that is I didn't want them to understand how sick I was.
Right. And now you're feeling good.
Now I'm feeling really good.
You seem
I'm causing trouble again.
Yeah,
so.
There you go. So you wrote the book, and in the book you've interviewed other women who've gone through similar journeys with cancer. And you really talk about all different types of cancer, not just breast cancer.
We do. We do. What I was trying to do was to convey chemo does what chemo does. Chemo is going to kill your fast-growing cells. And what are those fast-growing cells? And what does that mean for you? It means your skin will be dry. It means you're going to lose your hair, all of your hair. So what do you do about that? We talked a lot with some of the different doctors who were contributors to the book, and they also offered some thoughts. You know, one of the big issues is nutrition. How do you get somebody to eat? And that's a big concern for the doctors. Every patient I talk to, food tastes horrible. And it tastes metallic. So one simple thing, one simple trick is to eat off of plastic utensils. Because if you use silverware, it just makes that metallic taste worse. So try and minimize that so you can get the nutrition in. Yeah,
and so in the book, your audience obviously is the patients.
Yes.
But I would imagine that caregivers, family members, friends can learn a lot that can help them also with this friendship.
Yes. In fact, part of the reason why I wrote it is as I kept a blog when I was ill, a lot of friends, especially men, would comment back to me and say, wow, I didn't know this is what you were going through. I'm really glad you shared, because I feel like I can be a better friend now, or I can be a better father or a better husband. So it really has had an impact, I think, not only on those going through cancer, but those who are supporting their loved ones going through it.
And you wrote the book while you yourself were undergoing treatment, is that right?
I wrote a lot of the book. I kept a blog and wrote all the things that were going on. Once I finished my treatments, I took some time to really say, okay, here's what happened. What do we have to make sure everybody knows? And I wrapped the rest of the book around it over the past year or so.
Yeah, and today you are?
Today I'm 4 years out. I'm feeling great. I'm still on some aromatase inhibitors, but you know, doggone it, we're good.
And you have this wonderful legacy to share with others too, so they can learn from what you've gone through and help themselves. So thank you so much for that, Donna.
You're welcome.
And you can find Living Like a Lady When You Have Cancer online. or at your nearest bookstore. And you can also visit Donna's website, livinglikealady.com. Stay tuned to STL TV Live. We'll be right back with Michael Houlihan.